Good morning. This is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is a pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 2nd of February. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, okay. Obviously, we had more tariff concerns on Friday, and on Friday morning, I'd been saying that we had 4 sell signals fixed or brewing. We had one on ES, we had one on NQ, I think we had one on YM. Nope, it was RTY, and we had another one on DAX. Those all made target on Friday, and we saw a back test of the monthly pivot on Friday. We've seen a nice rally from there, and I have to say, just excluding the news bombs, I'm leaning towards the wrong side today. Now, in terms of the historical stats, we got 3 very clearly bullish days this week. They are Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Tuesday and Wednesday are neutral. We've got President's Day next Monday, and we've got a very bullish day after that. And then we start hitting a bearish period on Thursday and Friday next week. And that really continues into about the end of February. So let's see what we can do in that time. I've still got upside targets which haven't been made yet. I'll talk about more about those on the RTH charts, but in the meantime, we saw a decent retracement. We sorted out all the sell signals, none of which didn't make target, and we have seen a nice recovery off the monthly pivot, which is a very obvious support area. All right, NQ back tested the monthly pivot as well. Nice rally off that. And I have to say, I'm quite liking the retest of the high from here. We will see. I think we might have seen it last week, but the tech earnings were disappointing, obviously. RTY back tested the monthly pivot as well, made the sell signal target on there. YM almost back tested the monthly pivot. DAX and ESTX pursued their paused their strong collapse upwards into a bit of a retrace, and are getting pretty close back to the prior highs already. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. Looking at Dia, we've got this looks like a flag or a triangle brewing. Looking at SPX, this looks quite a lot like, and I've drawn it in on the 60-minute chart. This looks quite a lot like a bull flag megaphone forming. In terms of the daily middle band, we came pretty close to a back test. No negative divergence. As long as these daily middle bands are holding, I'm quite liking the upside here. On Qs, we came and back tested the daily middle band pretty much. Do we have a nice looking triangle here? Yes, look at that lovely resistance trend line here. This is a pretty decent looking triangle, and if you count it, this would be A, B, C, D, and normally you'd see a partial wave back, and then it would break up towards a retest of the high. So I'm quite liking this as encouraging for that retest. On Dow, didn't make it back to the daily middle band, but that's already held once already pretty solidly. Looking at IWM. IWM, we've got daily middle band back test one on there. We've got hourly chart. I've got a target above. I've got a very, very obvious and high quality trend line target above, up in about the 2-3, almost the 233 area now. Yeah, about the 233 area. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm liking that as an upside target. And 15-minute. Nothing to contradict that at all. So I'm liking 233 on here. I'm liking the retest of the all-time high on Dia, which is already retested once. Okay, already of course. SPX. I'm liking the retest of the all-time high here too. This is an encouraging bull pattern, and on the Qs, this is a beautiful triangle. A, B, C, D, and partial E. Could break up at any time. So this is an encouraging setup to see if we are going to see a retest of the all-time high on the Qs, which I would very much like to see. All right, looking at DAX. DAX, we've actually got an RSI 5 sell signal fixed and a possible RSI 14 sell signal brewing. We've got some nice trend line resistance here, which I will be watching, but I wouldn't be astonished to see that break. But it is pretty nice. We've been holding below the daily middle band, and we will probably see nothing exciting from this. So, all right, great. Let's have a look at DX. DX, seeing a bit of a rally here. We didn't actually manage to do a full retest of this high here on here, and I'm wondering whether we are about to see that. On ZB, we've got an inflection point here. We can break up or turn back down again. I'm watching this rising support currently in the 114.06 area fairly closely. CL, we're still in the inflection point here. This could be a double bottom coming back to reverse this back up. Equally, this is a head and shoulders, which is broken down with the target in 64.50 area. We're still in that inflection point. It's back testing the weekly pivot at the moment. I don't really have a strong lean here, maybe marginally more to the downside. NG. NG, again, we've got a head and shoulder target down in the 2.85 area. If we get down there, I've got targets on the daily, which could get us down into the 2.2 to 2.4 area. This is seasonally a good time to be seeing that decline. Let's see whether we're actually going to get it. Looking at GC, it has gone higher and can go higher still. No current negative divergence. SI, still looking for the retest of 35.07. Just consolidating, looks like a bull flag forming at the moment. HG has gone higher, and I'm liking it higher still. I am wondering if this might be setting up. I've got the next resistance just over 4.7, and if we break over that, then I'm thinking we could see a retest of the all-time high, which I think is at 5.19. All right, nothing really to say on the currencies particularly. This looks like a bear flag on GBP USD. Looking at KC, this has headed higher. We've got another possible 60-minute sell signal brewing. I would note that the last two fixed and failed in a very, very strong trend up. SB, could be forming a right shoulder on an inverted head and shoulders. I'd quite like to see that develop. CC still looks like bullish consolidation. ZW is thinking about it, but there are reasons to think this will go down. Not so much on ZW, but on corn, where we've got a really nice looking double top setup, and on soy. And we've also got daily RSI 14 and RSI 5 sell signals fixed on corn. And on soy, we got another nice looking double top. Those may deliver. On CT, I'd quite like to see a retest of this low, set up a double bottom to potentially go higher. Not really looking like that at the moment. Lumber, this is not a clear pattern setup at all. So I'm leaning a bit towards the retest of this high here, but could easily go the other way. Live cattle, this looks like a bull flag forming, and lean hogs, I would like to see a move up to retest this high here, just under 93.75. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions, of which we have none at the moment. So let's just do a quick recap on ES. We retested a lot of support here on Friday. We had sell signals at the beginning of the day. We had 4 of them fixed or brewing. All of them made target on Friday. We back tested the monthly pivot on most of these. We came pretty close to tests of the daily middle band. These are very, very good support levels. We've got a couple of nice looking bullish setups on SPX and the Qs particularly. I'm liking the retest of the highs from here. I've still got open targets up there. We haven't made them yet. And particularly on the Qs, I'd very much like to see them made, because if we are going to see a larger retracement, that would be the best way to start it. So we shall see how that goes. But this is a promising setup to start today on it. Hopefully we won't be interrupted by more news bombs. I think the news bomb last week was just that there are retaliatory tariffs which are being planned for anyone that puts any country that Trump puts tariffs on. They're going to slap on more tariffs if there's any retaliation to Trump's tariffs, which I think is pretty much inevitable. So I am wondering if this might result in a trade war. I think it's going to result in a lot of saber rattling, and I'd quite like to get these high retests out before that really gets going, because I think we might see a significant decline while that is worked through. All right, great. In that case, let's see. We've got bullish stats this week. 3 bullish days: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Next week we've got a holiday, so it's a holiday week this week. So we've got a holiday on Monday, bullish day on Tuesday, and then we basically go into a bearish leaning period for the rest of the month. But if we are going to do those high retests, the obvious time to do that is in the next 6 days. We'll see whether we can manage it. All right, great. In that case, my pleasure as always, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.